Alright. Hold on.
Do one last little puffy and play. We're recording. You start.
This is the shit, don't be jealous, man. We about to get some theme music. Like, theme music on the way. I just I literally just reached out to Derek and was just like, yo, I need you to get the beats, the beat kit out, the beat drums, all that good stuff. Set it up.
You got a gospel playing?
You said the what?
The gospel playing?
Shit, I mean, if he make a gospel beat, we'll have a gospel intro one day. That'd be fire.
I won't be on that episode. No offense to anybody.
I'm gonna Photoshop you in. Welcome to the Aren't You Glad I Said It podcast. This is my man Tony. It looked just like a picture, but if y'all seen him, ladies, he is picture perfect, and he's available. He's a man of God. He's in Christ, the Lord, our Savior.
I'm not Christian. Not Christian. Spiritual, not Christian. But this young brother is damn sure Christian and all about those values of going to church every Sunday.
Nah, I definitely am not. It's not recorded yet, bro.
Oh, so you gonna
hit the button on the top. That's all you gotta do. Oh yeah, it's loose. Yeah, it's loosey.
Damn. Man.
You good? You can get it back in front. I got you. And so yeah, you can feel free to look at me, look at the joint, because it's capturing you either way you turn. The main thing is kind of like we just want to be talking towards the direction of the mics, and yeah, so yeah, cool. That's probably the best way to go with the joint. And I'm trying to get mine extended out here. Get this joint right there, but we don't know.
It's cool.
Let me. Actually, I'm gonna grab this. I don't want to look at my tiny.
This is Michael Jackson, real quick. You know.
So you want to play some Michael Jackson?
I'm about to do some Michael Jackson right here.
Oh shit! And give me 5 seconds silence. All right, we good. We just needed to sync the audio and the video and everything. Yo, you know what's crazy? I actually have the clapper, the movie clapper.
Oh, okay.
Somebody broke mine. I literally went upstairs to get it today when I was grabbing the lights and stuff, and I was just like, oh, I'm about to bring the clapper. Tony about to be impressed. What's wrong with this? Like the piece that flat down is cracked.
I didn't know what it was ever meant for.
Yeah, it's to sync everything, and I got the cheap one because I'm not Universal Studios.
Yeah, I feel you.
So we got the joint. You just write the scenes and stuff on market.
Hell yeah, I would too.
But I definitely want to get the electronic joint where you clap it and the numbers is running.
How much is that one?
When I looked,
are we running right now?
Yeah, we're good. We're live. We're live. But it was like shoot, I want to say it was like $65, $70.
Maybe I'm not paying $70 for no goddamn clapper.
The one I got was $11.99, and I was like, you know what?
Is right up my frugal.
For a podcast, you don't know if you're gonna keep rolling with. It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna hold off and
that $12 price point is on the good range though.
Yo, that's when we first started doing the podcast. I never forget. Like our first episode, we were just gonna plan on literally just using cell phones. And so everybody we just had a bunch of iPhones, and we had tripods for the iPhones all set up, and it looked dope. Everything looked cool, but we couldn't figure out how to get the files over to the computer,
right.
Which I feel like that was us with something techie that we were missing. But because even when we plugged the phone into the computer, it didn't go anywhere.
Really?
So, yeah, it was weird because I feel like I've done that before.
I feel like I've done that before too.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened there, but either way, we moved past it and ended up going with the A6400, which is a horse, and I'm happy I got it, but jeez.
That ain't bad.
The price point compared to original pricing of free.
Yeah, I like free.
Yo, it was working out, man, but we're going to go ahead and get this intro done. So, welcome back, everybody, to the Aren't You Glad I Said It podcast. I'm your host here, Brandon, and we have a great episode for you guys today. I have a friend of mine in the studio, and he's kicking it with me today, my boy, Toni. How you doing, man? Welcome to the show, my guy.
Thanks for having me.
Man, yo, it's it's been a long time coming for this episode. It literally, I feel like, was planned probably like a year ago now when we first were like, we're gonna have you on the show. We're gonna do an episode together.
A year? I said about 6 months. I ain't gonna say about a year.
It was because it was like at the end of summer, right? Okay, yeah, it was a little less than a year then. A little less.
Yeah, a little less.
Yep. But we were talking about it for a while now, and I'm glad we can just finally get this joint done.
Me too.
Man, get it hooked up, and so hopefully we're gonna see Tony's gonna be back for quite a few episodes that we're gonna do, man. So appreciate you, man. And for make sure before we get going, guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And when you comment, man, come back. I'll check every single comment, every one. Like it may not be within 15 minutes for anybody who wants to get crazy, but I'll be there to check it. So you know what I mean. Hop back in, have a conversation. Any topics or discussions y'all want us to go over to, throw those suggestions out, man. We're open here. We're just here to talk and have a good time, man. So but yeah, so how's everything been though, man? How's everything been?
Everything's going good. Work's good. Staying positive. You can't really let what goes on in life deter you from anything. You know what I mean? You gotta stay positive. Gotta stay moving. That's life,
man. That's life. We gotta be able to enjoy it, but it comes with it's things that happen in life that you're gonna have to learn how to adjust to. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing in life. I feel like it's simple, but it's not simple. You know what I mean? Right. That's kind of how life is. It's like it's easy, but at the same time, it takes some skill to navigate whatever it is you're going through.
There is no manual to this shit. That's why
I'm
happy I ain't got no kids. I just gotta, figure this shit out for me right now. Just me.
Yo, that is like a godsend. I was literally just sitting back thinking that the other day. Like, I was talking to a friend, and they have 2 kids, and they were talking about how basically they couldn't go anywhere because the one child was like, she's like 4. And so she was like completely worn out. And so I was like, dang, well, that's stopping you right there. It's time to go to bed now. If the 4-year-old's going to sleep, you going to sleep. And so for me, I'm thinking like I'm laying down, but like I was up for like the next 3 or 4 hours.
Right.
I wasn't doing nothing crazy, but just like, just getting some stuff done that I needed to get done. That's all. So, but yeah, man, kids are a blessing though.
They are a blessing.
That because I was just with my godkids the other day, and we were having a blast on the beach, dude. Like,
I believe kids are a blessing. They are all gifts from God. Just when you're doing it with the right person, you know what I mean?
That's probably like the most important part. I think right there. Like, it's honestly like if you can have. I'm not going to say 20 kids. Right. But a difference between having 1 kid with the wrong person and 4 kids with the right one is like a world of a difference from what I like how I see people experiencing it. And so like for me, I know I don't want to make that first mistake and then regret it the rest of my life.
And that's my thing. Like I see a lot of my friends, they have really good relationships and they have children. And it's like, okay, I'm trying to mirror what I see instead of the media's perception of what family is, because I think they got a kind of twisted media, you know what I mean?
You think the media in terms of what though?
As far as like what we are portrayed on television, as far as the arguments. I don't think like family life got to be that bad. I think things can be a lot simple. Simple.
People think Family Matters was just like a sitcom that was legit just joke, but my life wasn't too far off from like Family Matters or the Cosby Show. Like, I didn't have a bunch of crazy drama in and out the house, people running around and doing crazy stuff.
Right.
I personally just didn't have that. And, my brother, my mom, it was only the 3 of us, but I feel like it was pretty mild. Did we have moments where things happened? Yeah, I mean, for the first half of my life, I grew up in Queens.
But I feel like the Cosby Show was like a perfect example of like what a black family should be, like the father, the mother, the children,
1,000%.
Mistakes being made, like even everybody hates
mistakes
Chris.
With lessons.
Mistakes with lessons,
dude.
And that's why, like, people are like, oh, well, we haven't had nothing like that in a while. Everybody hates Chris is a mirror of the Cosby Show, just with more jokes. Absolutely. You have a black father that busts his ass, a mother that's working, but still can brag about her husband. She's still in love with her husband, and still has the mind to be there for her children. So that's the black household. You know what I mean? Like, and I think that we need more of that. You know, and we need more shows that represent that instead of and I like this show. I love this show. Like instead of like like the Powers where you seeing like and I love Power. Like
think of how well made Power is. Like honestly,
it's great.
When people talk junk about Power, it's like all you cannot like is how it's portraying us.
Right.
But what you can't say is the production value's not there, the music, the acting. I don't even like the main actor, the guy who plays Ghost.
Oh, I fuck with Amari. He's a good actor.
I never really like stuff that he's in.
He's a good actor.
I'm not saying he's terrible. He's not the worst or anything, but I never liked his style. He always seemed to me like, I don't know. It's like you ever watch an actor and then it feels like, oh, they're acting. That's how he feels to me. Like he feels like
I feel like
I'm reading lines off the script, or I'm reading lines that I remembered, and reading lines off the teleprompter.
That's how I feel like when I seen Twilight when I was a kid. When I seen those guys acting.
Twilight was garbage.
But Omari, like I seen him play in Gridiron Gang, even though that was a minimal role, but that was still he was in Gridiron Gang. He was the leader of that one group. I can't remember, the 88s or something like that. He was the leader of that group.
Okay.
He done played in like different roles where he had to adjust. He's not always this big mean guy, but in Power he had to show ranges of emotions. You know what I mean? And I like that he showed that as a father, as showing like the problem that he's having in a relationship and wanting to step out. Like that's like the thing. Like the shows be like in Fences. Like those are the movies. Like
I love Fences.
I love that stuff. Like that's why I said I have a problem with Power. I just didn't like that it had to end with the family breaking up. The thing that black people are used to seeing everyday life. We're not used to seeing every day the household, the love. You know what I mean?
That part ruined the entire series for me. Like how it ended. I wanted it to end with Ghost resolving. It's spoiler. Anybody, if you haven't seen it now, it's at this point. Come on, guys. But I wanted it to end with him resolving the issues with his son.
That's how I wanted it.
The way that we can do, because typically, and it was crazy. I had this conversation with my friend, and he was like, my dad died, and we never resolved our issues.
Right. And
I was like, dang, man, that sucks, because there's nothing the two of you can do in that situation.
Right.
And a lot of times with black families, that is how it ends up if your parent passes before you can resolve the issue.
That's true.
And they actually had an opportunity to capture that. They're both alive.
Right.
Before they let it go too far. And so I didn't like that part of it,
but they give us the son killing his dad. You know what I mean?
Oh my God, the worst possible outcome.
You know what I mean? Like, and I just feel like when it's vice versa, you really don't see that in other shows. You won't see that. I can't
remember a white show where the son killed his freaking dad.
I was trying to be politically correct by saying vice versa, but pretty much you just said it.
Not to mention his dad, his father, such a decent man. And I know people out there that might not like that his dad was cheating on his wife. I don't agree with that, because I don't like the Tasha and Ghost relationship either.
But I feel like that was, like that's like something that we supposed to like. We're not supposed to be like, oh man, like that's something new. Like that's something that we was just supposed to look back and be like, oh, that's just what happens. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like it happens, but it doesn't happen in every black relationship. You know what I mean? It happens in any relationship. So you know what I mean? Like, but it did show Tommy not being, it showed Tommy in a dysfunctional household and stuff like that nature too. So I can't really say that it slighted black people. It shows the slight in all households. So I gotta actually take Power off that list. Actually, it shows the dichotomy of everybody's household. Actually.
I don't think that anyone was unfairly represented in terms of they all had messed up situations.
Right.
The reason why it's on the list for me is because we don't have enough black shows.
Right.
That's the only thing I would say. Like I don't dislike the show. I think the show, if it was a standalone show, brilliant. 50, phenomenal job. Who he went to help bring that show to life, phenomenal job.
Right, great actors.
Kudos all around. Except when you look at the top shows that are black right now on television, Power,
Blackish.
Is Blackish still one of the top ones?
I really don't know, but
I'm thinking that show Bel Air.
I don't like Bel Air.
What about Snowfall?
I don't like Snowfall.
I think Snowfall's in one of the top shows right now.
It's a good show though.
6, 7 seasons.
Yeah, it's a good show. It's just the only shows of ours that do success is these type of shows. Yeah.
Hey, you gotta sell a little workout here, man.
You showing the black woman pimping like and drug like Snowfall is showing the woman giving to do, BJ for the coke. And,
oh God.
It's like
I've only seen like a couple episodes of Snowfall.
I'm good on Snowfall now.
The actor is phenomenal.
He's great.
Like the main dude,
he's great.
Oh my gosh, dude, it's nice. Like he needs other roles. Like we need to get him.
But that's why I get mad because I like the Black Sands Entertainment magazine, comic.
Oh yeah.
Because why ain't Warner Bros. Or why ain't nobody pushing for this guy to create movies and giving these young black actors roles so we can have our own comics? I shouldn't have to be in love with X-Men all the time. I shouldn't have to be in love with Daredevil, or I shouldn't have to be in love with Thor, which was a horrible movie. Sorry, but I shouldn't have to be in love with. I shouldn't have to be in love with that stuff. I could be in love with my own creation. Like, all right, cool. I can't wait to see Wakanda Forever. But where the fuck is all the profit gonna go to?
Yo, I'm interested in what it's going to be.
There's profit off our culture.
It's definitely going. It's not going into our pockets.
No.
But I don't know if I would even want to take credit for that because I honestly didn't really like the message in the first Black Panther.
It's the Lion King reverse, but with some more fucked up shit in it. That's all.
Yeah, with some 2020 themes.
We're gonna abandon this kid, and then he gonna come back and he the bad guy.
It was like the Lion King, but it was. I don't want to get deep into the Black Panther breakdown, but I will say it's not enough TV shows, and that's the only reason Power makes the list for me is because if we had more variety, that could be a great standalone show and let it still. But all of our shows are on par with like Shameless. It feels like and Shameless is the worst scummiest show like Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones and Shameless are like neck and neck for like the illest representation of humans in history.
And
it is real stuff in it.
And I like Shameless up to a point until it got to a point where I'm like, this is too much.
I watched one episode and I can't tell y'all what the episode is. But Tone, when I tell you, I just knew immediately. I was like, this ain't for me.
I watched.
I don't like how the dude don't shave. He look bummy. They whole family. I get the appeal, but I don't like watching that much dysfunction in general.
After a while, I can't take it.
That's why I started watching Game of Thrones. It took me literally to a year and a half after it ended to go back and watch the last 4 seasons because I had to stop.
Seen an episode of Game of Thrones.
Once I figured out them dragons wasn't coming, I was out that joint, man. I couldn't do it. So I was like, yeah, I'm good on that. But it's I hope to see what you said though. Eventually, where we can see Black creators put out products that speak to a different story, because it's not even just about it being Black. It's just another story to be told versus, like you said, we just got in Black Panther, The Lion King retold. There are other stories out there. Forget necessarily this, not even thinking about who created them, Black or white or whoever. It's just a different story I want to hear at this point. I'm tired of hearing the same stuff. Don't make the same character and make them Black. Don't make the same character.
Don't give me Spider-Man, Miles Morales.
I don't want to see Spider-Man anymore.
I don't need to see the Black version of Spider-Man.
Yeah, show me a different storyline.
Give me a new character that's going to fight alongside Spider-Man with the same amount of powers. You know what I mean? Give me something different. Sir. You're not putting much really thought into this character. You just gonna make him Black.
Yeah, we'll just turn down the lights a little bit or turn up the lights, I guess.
Right. You know what I mean? This is it. He can do a little bit different power. Woo.
Wow. Okay.
But he still won't add it to Peter Parker.
Dude, yeah, I completely agree, man. I completely agree. And so
I put that on silent too. It's still right.
Oh, go ahead now. Take your time, man.
You're good, man.
Yo, the beauty about doing our own show is this our show. It's not like we gotta look at a producer. Not yet. Someone's gonna be like a guy over there we point to like, yo, man,
right.
Put that in the box. I'm a Chappelle your joint.
Right.
If y'all been to a Chappelle show, y'all know.
Bad. That was
he taking them cell phones at the beginning, and you got to put it up, man. You got to put it up, man. So I agree though. I just want some originality and storylines because I'm a huge movie guy, huge comic guy, just like you are. And so I just want to see something new, man. But we could jump right in. I thought for a good topic today, man, just because it's your first episode. It'd be cool. We could talk about the first time we met. Although I caveat it with this, it's not going to be not the first time we met, because technically, I think we met at a birthday party. When we were in high school, because you were '09, right? I was '08, you were '09.
Yeah.
We met in high school. I had went over to your house for a birthday party. I think it was your sister's birthday party.
I don't remember, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It was your sister's or your mother's birthday party, and we went over there. That was the first time I ever had met you, dapped you up, and I think we talked for all of 5 seconds.
I don't remember. I ain't gonna hold you.
You was just buff dude. You had the piercings. Yeah, I'll never forget it, because I think that's right when you had the locks.
That's when I started to do those dreads.
That's when you had the locks, bro.
I started to do dreads.
I had that. She was like, "Yeah, I'm Tony, man. What's up?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, man. What's up?" I was like, "Yo, Will, who is this guy?" He's like, "Oh, that's just her little brother. He cool." I was like, "All right." He got real aggressive on that dad just now, like trying to figure out who I am, like.
Oh man, I was young.
Nah, man, but that was our official first time. But like, I think the first time I feel like we really met was when we got to college.
Right. Yeah, that was like officially.
Yeah, that was like, I think the starter, and it wasn't the first day though, right? It was
No, it was the first day.
Was it the first day?
The first day.
Was it moving in or?
Moving day.
Ah, okay.
It was the moving day.
You know what? That's how I met Spence, isn't it?
Yep.
That's how I met Spence. That's crazy, bro.
We always in the room, and then we started walking around, and then you came out the room, and I was like, "Yo," and then that's when we started talking, and we started kicking it from there.
That was it, son. That's crazy, because
that was it.
That few moments turned into, I think it was like our whole year at that point.
Yeah, we all got cool. We all got tight, like.
Dude, yeah, because we were in the same hallway. I was at the one end with all the wrestlers and stuff, unfortunately.
Yeah, and we was at the far end.
I was next to the wrestlers and Colin.
Yep.
Man, Colin Lamar, yo, happy belated birthday, bro.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday, bro.
Man. I just saw that, man. You know he got a daughter, man.
Yeah, he do.
Beautiful, man. Beautiful little girl,
Colin
man.
doing good, man.
I love to see it, dude. I love to see it, man. But nah, it was me and Colin, and then surrounded by wrestlers, and then y'all was at the opposite.
But the wrestlers was cool though.
Nah, I think, honestly, looking back on it, we probably had one of the best hallways. And
Mark. No, that's the only name I remember.
Our whole hallway was athletes.
Yeah.
We had not one person in our hallway who didn't go to the gym.
That's true.
Everybody, we had the wrestlers and the soccer girls.
That's true.
Like, it was, who else was in our hallway besides that? Like, I'm really, really thinking about it.
It was an old guy that moved later in the year. Remember that really, really old guy?
Oh, dude, you just jumped the second semester. That's so, like, after we were roommates, I had ended up moving in with you guys.
Yep.
That was like, after the first semester, it went like, we were chilling every day anyway. So it was like.
It was easy.
Yeah, it was a no-brainer. It was like, Sam was moving out.
Yep.
Shout out Sam, man. If you're watching this one day.
Yeah, he moved out.
You were an interesting cat, bro. You were an interesting.
He was cool. He was cool,
but he was just a different type of dude.
Yeah.
Him and Spence, man.
Spence was cool. That was my nigga.
Yo, that was my guy. Yo, so that brings me to the next question I was thinking about when we became roommates, man. What was it like for you, like living with us as roommates? It was me, Spencer, and Nick. Like, what was it like for you having us as roommates? You feel like
it was cool. Like,
you feel like we had a good balance?
I think so. Like, I think 2 black guys, 2 white guys.
That was crazy.
But me and Nick shared a room. You and Spence shared a room. Me and Nick was more compatible. You and Spence was more compatible. So it wasn't like us because I'm black. You're black. We got a room. Like,
gotta be my best friend. Get out. Let him in.
Like, Nick was my dude. Like, and Spence was your dude. Like,
for sure.
So like, it wasn't really like, I don't know. Like, the only difference is we seen like when they seen us use wash rags. And washcloths. And they were like, "What the hell is a washcloth?" I'm like, "Y'all just gonna throw that soap bar on y'all body? What the fuck?"
Listen, I'll never forget that.
And at the end of the year, everybody's using washcloths, and I'm like, "Yeah, like, we ain't nobody be throwing no goddamn bar of soap on their balls."
Honestly, for some men, I feel like we had one of the cleanest dorms.
Yeah.
Out of like all men, like if you go into wrestlers' dorms and other people.
But Spence was really clean. Nick was really clean. I was clean. You were clean. Like nobody was dirty.
Yo,
like,
I'm not even like that type of dude to always clean, but everybody else, like, yeah, I feel like we always keeping each other on our toes.
I remember, yeah.
Like we wouldn't have a bunch of hair on the sink, on the floor, dirty dishes all the time. Like I feel like everybody was doing.
Cause I remember we used to argue about whose hair would be left on the sink, and Spencer would be like, "This is not my hair." I'm like, "Yo, I'm bald now, bro. I have no fucking hair."
That was the semester you went bald.
That semester I went bald.
I never forget that. So you know what's so funny?
But 2024 going into Turkey, get that Floyd Mayweather hair transplant.
Floyd just got a hair transplant?
Man, come on, man. You see Floyd hair transplant? I'm about to get.
You know, now that you mentioned it, like, I don't think I've seen a picture of Floyd or a video of him like a year.
Man, I'm going to Vera Clinic.
That's
Turkey. I already talked to him.
You about to get the likes. You about to get the, you know what I mean?
I just want to wave. I just want to be able to have waves again. You know what I'm saying? Them bosses, nigga, was 19. You get tired of this shit.
Look, man, don't come back and have the whole forehead freaking out on some craziness, man.
Bro, I would never make it. I'm still gonna have a 30-year-old man's hairline. I'm not gonna make like I'm 20. I don't even look 20.
Look, man, some people might want to come back with that.
I look my age. I look 30. I look 30, and I'm okay with that shit. I'm cool with being aged.
I like how you just hit it like it was the mirror. He was like, yeah, let me check, make sure that everything's straight on that. Yeah, man, but that was like, yo, that was a crazy year, son. Because before that, you know what's funny? I remember I had the braids when we first met. You had the locks, I had the braids.
Right.
My freshman year, I went home for Christmas, and I'm just in the bathroom, and I was just like, I said to Will, I'm like, yo, Will, I think it's time, bro. Just, I had took my hair out, and just cut it all off. And at that point, it was like a little past my shoulders.
I should have never cut my dreads. I had dreads before every fucking body. Like, not before you, not before y'all, because when y'all came from the city, y'all had them. Up here though, I was one of the first niggas that, mop head, dirty head. I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna have this shit. Like, we gonna cut. That's why I cut my shit.
You cut him for the same reasons DJ cut his.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy, son. I never forget when DJ had came to me, and I had cut mine when I was younger too, because I was tired of people who weren't Caribbean, like regular African Americans, because I grew up in Queens, and it's so crazy. It's half like Caribbean, half African American.
Right. African
Americans thought it was funny and a joke.
Right.
Even though everywhere else I went, Caribbeans, like my barber was like, "Oh yeah, man, this is it." They love my joint, man. They was always telling my mom little tips and tricks, and she was just freaking it anyway because she just a genius with it. But like I cut mine, that's a shame that culture is so fucking. It's so toxic,
and it's really the culture just up in Western New York. Like,
oh my gosh,
it's niggas, kids out here that be picking on other people's kids. They don't got Balenciaga, but you live in the projects.
Yo, I was just telling my mom the story when I had I was at Denny's, literally just at the one right across the street, and at the Denny's, and these kids walk in, like 3 guys. They're wearing like the Gucci ski goggles and the tight jeans, and you know they had that hairstyle. What's that little brush thing that the kids was doing where they rub a piece of foam on their head? They had that look and everything. I'm like, and all they girls look dirty. Like none of them look clean. None of their clothes was new. And I'm like, yo, either y'all are wearing y'all entire parents' yearly salary on your back, or this is fake. Because mind you, they were high school kids. They couldn't have been more than like 14 to 16.
It's all about Western New York is all about the image, or
it's not just. I don't think it's just here, man. I think it's a global thing where people focus way too much on image. Because in New York City, people clowned you if you didn't have the right book bag.
But that's like
you had to have a Nike, the drawstring one, or you had to have a JanSport.
That was like that up here.
Anything else besides those two? Oh nah, you going home tees and Mom, I gotta get.
I feel like it's only our community. Like, then I won't say this Western New York. I feel like it's only like I can say our community, but I'm only worried about my community. I ain't really worried about the West community because I'm not.
Come on, that's foolishness. If we worried about Asian culture,
I can't be worried about. I'm not Asian. They don't give 2 shits about me.
Right. They want to take pictures when you go over there, but that's about all you're gonna get.
No, I got a homeboy over there. They don't fuck with black folks unless you like super big, like athletic. like muscular or you famous. Like
but I've seen videos where people think someone's famous.
Yeah,
and
like,
they're American.
Yeah.
If they think you famous and stuff.
Like you really tall black dude, NBA, but some shit like that.
People be saying that to me now. Well, now because I gained weight, it's like football. I'm like, oh, you mother. I gotta get in the gym.
That's funny as hell.
I gotta stop saying I play football. I don't play football.
But I do fuck with
I am a volleyball and a basketball player.
But I do fuck with our Asian community, though. I wouldn't try to be disrespectful. But I don't. Yeah. But I can't speak for no community. I can only speak for my community.
That's a
so
fact.
I just feel like our community puts so much emphasis on materialistic shit that ain't gonna matter in like 5-10 years. I can't tell you about a Bathing gene or an Eviso gene or a W or an apple bottom that was super popular when we were young. You know what I mean? None of that shit exists. None of that shit matters. Well, it exists. Bathing ape and all that exists. But none of that shit really matters. Like, doesn't really matter. So it's like, why do we put so much emphasis on materialistic things when we don't put value on property, learning about our credit scores and how to really make this government work for us. Like, and I ain't talking about food stamps and shit like that. You know what I mean? We don't, even though we don't, get the, we don't reap the most benefits from food stamps. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, at that as an example.
Nah, I feel you, man. I definitely agree, man. But yeah, man, that's a crazy reason to have to cut your hair, man. But yeah, I had cut my hair the year before I had met you, and then you ended up taking everything back with the baldy, man.
Yeah, man.
Going clean our freshman year, man. That joint was crazy, man. But it worked out. I feel like it felt like you had the baldy look.
Yeah.
You got the baldy head, bro. Like,
I'm cool with having the baldy look. I don't gotta do too much to look nice, but I'm still going to get that hair transplant.
Hey, look, man. If it's gonna make you happy, it's gonna make you enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I don't know nobody got to say. I don't give two shits with nobody got. They don't pay my fucking bills, man. Like,
I say go with it, bro. But yeah, man, that's what you call it. So yeah, that was our freshman year. We had ended up running into each other, man. You still speak to Nick, right?
Yes, Nick, my boy. Like,
yeah,
we talk on Facebook often. Like, that's,
I know we friends, but I see him post from time and time and again.
Nick's a cool dude, man.
Oh,
Nick's still cool,
man. For life.
Cool as hell. I talk to Colin every once in a while on Instagram and stuff. Colin doing good. Like,
yeah,
that's the thing about college. Like, people like, you gotta go to college to become something. No, you can also go to trade school, and become something. But I do think that experience of college and meeting new people and letting people see your culture, like, it means something. Especially at a young, when in those developing ages, you know what I mean? Because that could break a lot of barriers right there. I feel like,
for sure,
our experiences with those Caucasian men made an impact because I still talk to them to this day. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and we still call each other brothers. So it's like whatever preconceived notions they may have had, we probably killed that shit that year. You know what I mean? And they gained brothers out of us, and like they gained brothers out of me. Like,
I think all around, I think we ended up with. I think we literally became the melting pot that the U.S. said they are. Yeah. We actually became that joint. Because even with Colin's Panamanian.
Right.
So he didn't grow up the same exact way we did, even though he had darker skin. He had a different, experience being a Latino or a Spanish man. Oh, that's not me. That's you again?
Jeez, I got this on fire. It's actually on work mode, like, and it's not really working.
It's crazy. I was not recording on the mics that whole time until we got to the hair part. So I'm gonna have to use the audio from the cameras.
Oh, that's fine.
It's gonna sound terrible initially, but you know what I mean.
That's cool with me.
I don't want to go back and do the whole joint from the top.
I will remember everything.
That's what I'm saying.
But we had some good moments, and I feel like you say the melting pot, the U.S. Like, people talk about, sports bring you together with all that. Nah, you really gotta live with somebody and like have an understanding and talk with them without their parents being around or your parents being around. You know what I mean? To gain that understanding and really see that person's emotion, because otherwise you're gonna be getting a fabricated person. You're gonna be, like, if their parents are around or their peers are around. Like with Nick, Spencer, me, and you. It was just us. Like, to the point where even Colin was like, yo, I wish I could get a room. Like, I wish there was an extra bedroom here because I would move in here with y'all because we was all vibing so well. Like,
it honestly would have been dope if we really legit would have had more room. That would have been
perfect.
I would have gladly been like, yo, son, move in, because we was chilling with him at that point every day anyway. It was like that was our crew.
And the arguments we had was so petty. Like, I remember, like, all
of them good ass,
but they were all petty. Like,
petty, but good.
We were never like mad at each other. Like, yo, fuck you, motherfucker. Like, or no one talked to each other like that. We have a little tiff, come back 15 minutes later, laugh about it, talk about it, and let it be over. Like, and I feel like, you know, like, even in the South with all these, you know, the racial division and shit, like, we can't stop the forces that be and what they push. And you know what they're pushing right now, especially with what they're doing with women. But they pushing a certain agenda. But like, the only way we can break certain traditions that certain people want to uphold, you gotta come and experience me. You gotta come experience Brandon. You gotta come experience our culture, and then you'll see like, damn.
It's a little different.
It's a little different. It's not what my mom and my dad said.
Right. It's not this book or movie or
we like the
song.
Same shit.
Yo, honestly, it's so crazy because...
Well, I love what they know. Because I didn't know. Because Spencer got on 2K super hard and he was not playing 2K prior.
I don't even know if Spence played games.
He wasn't even on the Xbox.
He played video games before he met us.
The man was on 2K hard.
Like, and not that I doubt he's a gamer now, but like...
Right.
He actually he got the chance to enjoy it with us.
And had fun and enjoyed it. Got in the tournaments. You know what I mean? Dude. Like, come on. Like, even rapping. He was even rapping. Like, so it's even shit like that. The man was even rapping. So
we got Spence rapping.
That's what I'm saying. Like, people be all mad and, we don't like them, da-da-da-da. You just going off what your parents told you, what, you know what I mean, or things you just seen from the media. Like,
it's this constructed idea of what someone else is versus experiencing, like you said, the real person. Like, let me find out who this person really is at heart. And I think there's so much of that going on. It's kind of like we were saying with the hair thing, even too. Is like someone will create an idea or a construct and then give it to someone, and then they'll take it and they'll run with it and view it as truth. You know what I'm saying?
That's beauty. That's perfect. That's what beauty.
That's exactly.
We don't think our natural look is beautiful, so that's why I shouldn't be bald right now. I should not be bald right now, but my dumb ass was trying to put S curls in my hair to, oh my God, I can't have this nappy hair. Ain't no black woman gonna want me. Ain't nobody gonna want me like this. Ain't nobody gonna want me with this natural hair. You know what I mean? So now I fuck myself up. Same reason why our sisters are messing up their own hair, because with these wigs and gluing on their edges and shit like that.
This joint is... It's
look a way that they're not supposed to look. Like, you're beautiful the way you are. Like, you know, I was fortunate to see my great grandmother use that hot comb. Sister, use that hot comb and you'll look beautiful. Like, you'll still look beautiful even with your natural puff. Like, be who you are. Like, you're beautiful. Like, we gotta stop putting so much emphasis on the outside beauty, even though outside beauty is beautiful. Like, I feel like you should still work out. I still believe that you should be in the gym.
1,000%.
That's just for your natural health. But all that makeup and the fake lips, even though y'all don't really gotta do all that, the tits and all that, y'all good, y'all beautiful the way y'all are. We
were watching that video together, right, with the makeup transformation people.
That shit was nutty.
Oh my God, son.
4s were going to 10s. 4s. I ain't calling nobody no ugly, just blatant too. That's fucked up.
Let's be clear.
4s to 10s.
10 on camera, because it looked like if you take that camera off and I could see you face to face.
Oh, I wouldn't like some of those girls.
A ton of makeup on, like you could reach back and
I wouldn't like some of those girls. Some of those girls were literally pulling tape off for making their skin look skinny. Oh, man, it's like all you gotta do is literally chew gum and do some damn neck exercises, bitch. And your neck could be you be working out. You rather tape down your neck. It's like, it's too much. Ain't nothing like no hard work either.
Yo, it's nothing like hard work, son. I remember the first day I came back from basketball practice.
Even though I don't like working, but
this
episode's for myself.
I think I couldn't even move, and it was like 6 p.m. And I think I laid down. I didn't even shower for like an hour and a half after being at home. And then not because like I was like, oh, I'm lazy, I don't want to shower. It was like my body was literally like, yo, bro, if we try to get up and go to the bathroom, that might be where we sleeping tonight. You got to give us a second to like...
I get it.
So like I feel you though, man. Hard work is like a lost art. It feels like people don't even want to go through those motions of like, hey, you know what?
It
Perfect
depends.
example. Remember that Diddy song? Well, it's Rick Ross song called Nobody. Diddy has that intro of like in the verses. He's like, you don't want to go into the dark where there's no light at, not knowing when the pain is gonna stop. And that it feels like that epitomizes the idea of what hard work is now. People don't want to go to those places where they feel like, all right, if I do work out or if I do spend the time working at this thing or practicing this skill, when do I get to the finish line?
Right.
You know what I mean? It's that we become a microwave society where everyone just wants to be at the finish line. Like people say, "Oh, I want to get rich," but they don't even take time to figure out how to really get rich.
And I agree.
You know what I mean? They just like, I'm just gonna do the surface level stuff that I see people do and have fun in my life, and then the money will come. And it's like the money's not gonna come that way. Like,
but we also aren't given the roadmap to get the money either.
I agree. You know
so you
what?
got a lot of people running around mindlessly with ideas, and
this is what I don't like about a lot of YouTube videos and tutorials and stuff. And I got a gripe with y'all YouTubers. If y'all out there and y'all watch this video, know I'm talking to you. If you go back and look at your videos and you do this, there's a big problem with somebody trying to show somebody how to do something and leaving a majority of how to do that out. A lot of y'all leave out big parts on how to do stuff.
Well,
and it's super frustrating to people.
But that's the point.
Who are trying to figure it out.
That's the point. They're doing that so they can gain views, see what they know what they're talking about. That's why, like,
yep.
It's all just a way to gain money.
It's empty calorie conversations.
Right.
And I don't want to create a YouTube channel and give people empty calorie information. Like when I do a solo video, I'm doing a solo video to give people insight on some form of positive way of thinking or looking at a situation.
Right.
Like seriously, like because if I can't teach you how to do a specific thing at that moment, I'm going to at least give you encouraging thoughts and words, because a lot of people also, it's a lot of fear mongering. Right. I did a video on it's titled "The Ray Dalio Induced Recession," and it's all the YouTubers I was following right at the start of the pandemic. They all were, financial people talking about money, how to invest, how to do this, what to buy, what to spend, how to get it. They all now do videos like 2 a week. If they drop in 4 videos, 2 of those videos are going to be the market's getting ready to pop.
Oh, yeah.
Or it's like fear.
Yeah.
Everything is fear instead of teaching someone.
But that's the trend. When we see that in the media, we see that in the news.
Yeah. YouTube has now become the new...
YouTube is the news.
They're the news now. And they become the same thing. They're selling fear.
Right. Because
fear gets clicks. And it's a damn shame that no matter what platform or how we get to, people want fear.
And it's like, I don't want to be scared. I just want to know who's on that, that Epstein list and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, the other things I want to know. Like,
dude, Tony, he trying to peel the layers back.
I got questions. No, you know what I mean? I got questions.
That's a normal part of life. I don't know who doesn't have questions. Like, if you tell me the sky is purple, when I look at it and it look blue, hey, look, I got at least 3 questions already.
Got questions.
You let me know when we can get them out.
I got questions.
If you just said it was blue, I would have been cool with that. I would have been cool, but you know what I mean? You telling me something different. Let me...
Yeah, I mean, this
break
man
it down
just died like that. He got a lot of information.
Nah, I feel you, man. But yo, like it's so crazy because these perspectives that I think we left college with, I think that was so amazing, and it happened in 1 year. So imagine if we were guys who went and did all 4 years together, room with each other. I feel like
been crazy.
I don't even know what our perspectives would have turned into at that point. Like, we would have been different people.
I rushed my life and went and became a correction officer. Worst decision of my life.
But yo, when you told me you were going to do it, I was like, I'm happy you got a good job. Because you were moving. I was like, I'm happy he got a job, and you know what I mean? Like,
around the worst of the worst.
But they get paid good though. Like it's no knock against correction officers, because I know
it'd never be a knock against correction officers.
Make good money.
It'd be never be a knock against correction officers. It's just the mental toll that the job takes on you after. I only did it for 2 years, but the mental toll it took on me those 2 years, it can change you. It can change the fabric in which you operate. You know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
That's why I don't want. That's why I couldn't do it. You know, the people I commend the people that can do it that long and they don't shake or break or bend or you know what I mean.
It honestly, it seems like it is a very mentally taxing type of job.
Yeah, you got somebody throwing shit on you when you come to work. You know, I don't feel too good. Throwing piss in your face. You know what I mean? Like shit like that don't feel good.
Taking me back to middle school.
Are you seeing some wild shit?
And that's what people used to do in our middle school. We used to get hit with bags of pee, and I used to think, and bus drivers used to get tortured. They were like, how you saying correctional officers are? That's how the bus drivers were back in Queens.
But that's what's so crazy about America. Like,
whew, it was rough.
Every city has a ghetto. Why does every city have a ghetto?
That's a damn shame, ain't it?
Why does every city got a ghetto with a whole bunch of badass kids running around terrorizing? You know what I mean? Like,
what I'll say though, because
we don't need the police to help with that either. You know what I mean? Like,
I would say I'm a fair accountability person because I don't think that any system can exist without there being a bottom. There has to be a bottom because
there has to be a limit to that bottom, though.
Because
when you're at the bottom, you create monsters. You not call it say monsters. You gonna create monsters. You create monsters.
You create monsters. I was thinking like, don't back off that point right there. I love that term.
You know what I mean? Like you create the despair in which people don't have to thrive somehow. Yep. I've seen that in the prison. Like I seen that. I seen the worst of people. So it's like if you bring that out to the streets. You know what I mean? Like
and they're letting these people out. That's why they're what is it? What do they call it? The rate of that they return.
Some people don't mind coming home. Like the ones for the drug offenses, I don't mind that. But
I'm saying like there's like a high percentage of repeat offenders. That's what it is.
Oh yeah, I think that's crazy. Like the child molesters and shit like that. Like
that's why. Well, it's because you're going there and you're learning skills on how to be a better criminal or how to be a different type of criminal.
Most of the time, that's what a lot of them are learning.
That's so nuts because have you ever seen videos or documentaries on other countries' prisons?
Yeah.
Bro, it's like completely different. There are other prisons where they're reforming people.
Where they're really trying to rehabilitate.
You have to go to therapy. You have to have a counselor. Right. You have to have like an accountability partner.
We have a big mental health issue in the United States.
How is it that we go here and people are just selling crack to each other in prison? People are raping each other. People doing all types of craziness. When you could just simply actually reform somebody. Like, say, like, yo, look, I know you were raised every day or somebody just told you go in there and grab a bowl of cereal and go out into the world. And, like, that's not the way they should have been raising you, sir. Like, you should have been working out daily. You should have been reading daily. I've seen places in prisons out here where they're closing libraries down, stopping people from getting degrees. And it's like...
I think the basic education, like, it even starts with that. Like, all right... I believe that there's supposed to be a bottom, but I believe there should never be a hungry kid. You know what I mean? If you see if a child,
it would be nice if that wasn't the case, but it has to be some hungry kids. The numbers game. Think about the number of people. Somebody has to starve at some point. It just should be limited. I think we have way too much poverty.
It should be access. That's my thing. Like it should be an access. Like there should never be a point where a kid's like, I don't know where I can go and get a meal. Like this is like how much food is wasted in this country alone. Everybody should be able to get a meal in America.
I don't disagree, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying kids should starve. But what I am saying is, how do we effectively monitor something like that realistically? Like how realistic is it to say like, I'm gonna make sure that everyone has something to eat? How? Like how is that possible?
Well, I'm saying like the Black Panthers can do that with small communities within our community.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. It can be done. It can be done in every city. It can be done.
So you're saying like
a food bank?
Okay, so
a food bank can be done where food is delivered and people are calculating. You know how much food is in here, and you know. Well, this month we can feed this many families.
So you're saying that the community where the children exist should be responsible for making sure people have.
That in a sense, but how they do like the welfare thing?
No, I don't mean like my problem is I don't like the idea of welfare, and I know you're not saying that either.
No, I'm saying like how they got the idea for welfare. Well,
I think welfare came from like stuff you're talking about, where people in the neighborhood and activists went out and started doing positive things.
But what I'm saying, like I'm not saying like for that. I'm saying if you're gonna do like a welfare thing, then where certain people get like all this money, then welfare should be allocated for everybody.
Yeah, I don't. You'll never see me advocate for welfare the way it exists now. I hear what you're saying with the spin on it because
I work hard. So why shouldn't I get $350 to eat this month? Because I still gotta have energy to go to work. Right?
Hey, you preaching to the choir.
I'm just saying
too.
But I do think there should be like a food bank because if you're giving one family, I've seen people on Facebook. I got 2 G's in food stamps and bullshit like that. You got 2 G's. That's
seeing those posts.
You don't need that for that month. So if you really delegate that for a month, it's not gonna come up to $2,000. So somebody can go to a food bank to feed somebody else and actually help spread out some money for me, you, people that's actually out there busting their ass to go to work and other people. It's just mismanaged and they don't give a fuck.
I agree. There's always gonna be, and I think we can agree there is a level of slipping through the cracks. Like that's going to happen.
That's what everything though.
You know what I mean?
That's what everything with America though.
Right.
Politics.
100%. But systems are built that way. It's like even a toilet, right? A toilet is dope, but people still pee on the outside of that bowl. Like it's not all getting into the sewer system. Like systems are built and things are built. There's going to be some spillage.
But there's rules and regulations even at my job. Yeah. Someone shitted all over the seat.
Come on, son.
I'm just gonna be real.
Why does this happen? This happened at my job before.
But we gotta know. As soon as they find out who did this, their job is done. And if they ever see so there's repercussions to shitting and pissing off the seat. You see what I'm saying? There's repercussions. And I'm saying we're in
I don't understand.
We don't have no checks and balances against all this shit that's going on now.
Bro,
you know, that's what I'm trying to get at.
How is this a possible thing?
There's checks and balances for what we do and repercussions for the actions that we do, but there's no repercussions for the system that's in place. So we're pretty much fucked.
Yo, you know what's crazy? When this happened at my job, they like put up a sign and they were like, "Hey, they made an announcement like, whoever's doing this, we gotta stop it. Come to us if you need some help with something." And I'm like, help with something? We need to knock them over the head with a freaking bat. Like, no one at our job is under the age of 20. This is at my job. Right. I don't know about 20 and older, and I can go even younger, but I'm just gonna say 20 and up. If you don't know how to use the bathroom at this point, we don't need to figure out what's wrong with you. We need to take the guy who committed a nonviolent offense, who's in jail. We need to get him up out of there, get him right up out of there, and we need to put your dumb, crazy self into that prison so you can learn how to poop right. Because when you got to poop in front of everybody, I bet you get it right. And because
that person shouldn't even go to prison.
Insanity, bro.
Like we don't have asylums for people. Like we need mental health asylums for people. Some people, so? Bro, yeah, it was just a dude at Walmart. I was getting groceries yesterday, and they're going crazy.
But are they not asylums? So yeah, man, we're back. Sorry, we had some technical difficulties. Ran out of space on the memory card. It's like a flashback of like our first episode, because I swear it happened then too, where I just wasn't paying attention to it, man. But we got it checked out, guys, man. But we appreciate you guys for rocking with us for that show, man. We're just gonna end it right there. Don't want to make it too long. Don't want to stretch it out, man. But, yo, I appreciate you coming through, man.
Man, I appreciate you having me, man.
Appreciate it, man.
Hopefully I'll be back next week. Hopefully I didn't, go off on a tangent too much.
Nah.
Thank y'all for having me.
I feel like we talked about some great things, man. We got to talk about, the first time we met and really got to know each other, the experiences, how that shaped us now for today, and,
right.
Our perspectives. Cause I think, honestly, that whole college experience and that 1 year, I feel like I look to that year the most. All of my years in college, I feel like that was the one.
Yeah, that was definitely that was a great year. I love that.
Yeah, and I didn't have any bad ones, but and we didn't even mention Derek in that year, which was crazy.
Very true.
Because that, honestly, he was like the sixth man.
That's true.
Only because he didn't live in the dorms, but Derek was he was like an instrumental part. In fact,
that's true.
Colin couldn't even stay there because Derek had the couch. And so
yeah, that's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? So we had a crazy year, man, and it was beautiful, dog. And so I appreciate that so much all the time. I find myself drifting back to those moments.
Oh yeah.
When we had those bonds with those guys and all the other people we met that year, and everything that meant to, I think, all of us.
Oh yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, I see people from there who have kids now, who have families, And that joint is dope, man. And it's to think that that's where we all brought it together in that year, son. That's like amazing.
It is. It's awesome.
So, man, but yeah. So we're gonna be coming to you guys. You know, you've been seeing the videos drop every few days. We're gonna keep it consistent, man. We're gonna put this one out too, man. And it's gonna be so many more episodes going. Gonna have more guests as well, more topics, more everything, right? And so, you know, stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. Come back and read the comments. Like I said in the beginning, I am responding to every single comment. If you drop a comment for Tony, I'll make sure he gets it so he can respond promptly, answer any questions or thoughts you guys might have.
Let me know what y'all think about Thor. Also, give me y'all predictions on the Errol Spence, Terrence Crawford fight. I'm going with EJ all day. But I would love to hear what everybody else got to say about the fight.
I like it. I like where it's headed, man. But yeah, man, stay tuned, man. It's the Aren't You Glad I Said It podcast. I'm your host, Brandon, joined by my guest, Tony. Peace.